So good morning. Another day on the salt mines, as it were. Today we're going to go douse for our septic system. We've cleaned all this. I cut down some of this, I guess that's a juniper tree, yesterday before I went in. So beautiful out here. So much work to do. That's all ours over there. This is the back center acre and a half of the 5 1-acre parcels. You can see there's our marker, and it goes right straight down to the back property line. It goes up to that telephone pole approximately. You'll see the marker when we get up there. I'll chop this out after a while. We have lots of things going on today. We've got to go look at a company that does barn builds. They had a really nice price under for a so what we're going to use for our dowsing rods. Took some number 12 copper. We stripped off the insulation, so we're going to, let me just get this like so. We're going to take some number 12 copper, strip off all the insulation off of it, and I learned this about 40-something years ago when I first got into the building trades. Although the guy that taught me his, I couldn't believe this is in California. He would come to the property first thing in the morning, and we'd all be standing there waiting to go to work, and he'd have his people that were digging holes for the water lines. We had to tie into the city septic and or city sewer and city water line at these properties where we were building. Come here, Bill. Bill, come here. He would go out there and he would take these coat hangers. Of course, they don't make metal coat hangers. So the way he did it was he would take his hand and he would basically pin the coat hanger like so at a 45-degree right angle like so.
Oops. I'm not in that, Emma.
You might be. Teana come out. She doesn't want to be in the video in her nightie. Green Acres. Lisa! Lisa!
We're in the woods, man. We're in the woods.
And there we have our dowsing rods. See that?
Okay.
We have our dowsing rods. And he would come out and he would, first thing when we get on the property, he'd tell them where to dig with these coat hangers. So we're going to go up here at the top and show you where there's a clean out on this property. And then we're going to take our dowsing rods down in the back of the trailer, modular, whatever you want to call it. So we'll go walking up here. We'll be back in a minute, honey.
Yeah, I'm going to get some information. I need to take a picture.
Okay, we have our faithful working dog here. He does not let me out of his sight. I'm pretty sure he knows what the critters are out here. He knows all about. We'll leave the coffee cup here. Okay, so we're going to go up here to this clean out up here. Bill. But you can see we're going to have a couple pads up here. We rebuilt the well house. Maybe you don't like the green, but it looked better than the blue that was out here. It was pretty much falling apart. So we brought our shed from Florida also. Got a little bit more work to do on the pads. This was all pretty much here when we got here. This is there was a building. You can't really see it. I'll go over here first and show you this square. This what are you doing, crazy dog? There's a post here. There was another post there. But that was, we're standing right in the middle of about where the building was. And it was about a 20 by 30 building. And we don't know too much about it, other than the guy that bought it. Had it for a few years, or at least a year. And he stayed out here one summer, and he didn't like it. So this is where we're going to tie our three pad water things in. Put a night light on here. And we brought our shed out here for our garden tools. And so we're discussing taking these pines out because a 40-mile-an-hour wind will take a pine out. But they're pretty much a useless tree. They're good for something, but have to get above so high. But you can see these are very tall pines, and there's quite a few of them. And well, let's walk down here to the fence. I'm going to give a little narration here. This is a right-of-way. You can see the power lines. This is what used to be, or originally it was supposed to be our road. And our road would run right along the power lines. And this would have been Juniper Road. But we're going to put our pad back up in here in a clearing. There's more pines that's got to be taken out. You can see these two pines. Come on, Bill. There should be enough money from the pine to do a few things. Maybe buy a tractor, maybe a small tractor. But all that's probably a good almost acre of crap that has to be cut. And we'll go down here to the property line so you can see what it looked like since we've been here. I've of course had this thing that I was dragging around the property to fill the holes, but you can see it's pretty. This is our drive coming in. You can see right where I drove the truck right on the edge. And there's quite a few of these. It's got to be cut. But I think somebody's already come through here and cut a lot of this, but we're going to cut some more. I really like it out here. It's getting up every morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock. See, there's another tall pine. There's a lot of oaks out here, but there's quite a few pines. I want to keep the pines, or keep the oaks, and I don't want to get rid of all the pines, but a good amount of them. Come here, Bill. And we had them clear back 35 feet when we first got here on the property. So you could clearly see. Come here. I'm looking for one of these gates so that I can, actually I'm looking for two more exactly like this. I want to fix this part of the fence. You can see the barbed wire is here. And there's down here. Come here, Bill. I'm going to put a post right there where that line is. And I want to put a fence here that looks like that, and a fence there that looks like that. But we had them clear back 35 feet. This is, see, our marker is here somewhere. Well, there's a marker in the middle of this. Oh, here it is. Right here. This is our marker for our property. This is the very corner of our property. It starts and goes It goes this way. We have two properties this way on that side, one, and then the next one. And then on this side of the line, we have three properties that run that way. So that goes 1, 2, 3. And I think I walked this already with the camera, but maybe not since I've been up here. And I'm going to fix the barbed wire after a while. That'll be before we go back. We have to go back and get our motorhome. But we had them clean all this. You couldn't even see back up in here. You can see this is the road coming in. This is actually a road called Birch. And that right away that you saw with the power lines runs parallel with this. It's very hard to distinguish that. This property is part of a 26-acre parcel that is owned by the people up on the right. You can see him, that's Tony up there. Looks like Javier is up there with his horse. We met him yesterday. So this is our corner marker. And we're going to walk up here and show you. Come here, Bill. Come on, bud. Come on. Here. This is up here is where we're going to put our property, not here. This is just some more clearing. Some brush piles that I have to cut some firewood out of and burn off the excess. But we got quite a bit of firewood out here to cut. Some more pines. Here's 1, 2. There's a few pines up in here. But you can see our rope here. This is where we're going to build our pad. So we can walk up in here and I'll show you how big this area. I wanted a 100 by 100 foot area cleared. Come here, Bill. But here is our pad. There's still quite a few pines because he couldn't get them with the machine that he came in here with. But he said to knock them straight down with the root because the pines will, as you can see, they're pretty tall. They will come right down, and there's some money in the pines. But it goes from there, from the rope, it's going to go across to over there, 100 feet. So let's just step it off here. 100 feet. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So that is, that's about 60 feet right there. Maybe a little less than 60 feet. But you can see there's the modular that's already on the property. Out there with my truck. I don't know if you can see really good. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. So approximately, now, if you can see this tree, if you can see the rope over there, that's about 100 feet. So where that tree line is, going that way to where the rope is tied off over there is about another 100 feet. So this will be our clearing. And all these pines will have to come out. And there's still some scrub brush. Here, there's our road that we walked out on is right there. And So I had him cut me a road to come down in here because I like the gate entry. Come on, Bill. Here, Bill. Bill is over on the road now. So we'll go back over here. So you'll come up this road. This is where we're going to put a septic in over here. And we were discussing that this morning. We have a well, and we have access to power. But you can see the road is right here. And this will take us right down. So you'll be able to come up. Come here, Bill. I want to leave this pine because of its character. Bill's headed back down the road. Come here, Bill. Come here, bud. Unfortunately, we're going to lose a few of these pines here. And it'll be a nice clearing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 pines here. But this will be the road going up to the house. And you can see Bill's walking back down the road. Come here, Bill. Come on. But that's the road we walked out on. Come on, Bill. And here's the power lines. And I'll walk down here and show you where the other marker is for the property. He clearly cleared a pad. We don't know exactly what this is over here yet, but it's a big hole. We figure they dug this hole for a burn pile because it's been clearly, you can tell it's been dug. But he cut a path with an excavator. These are the markers for, I don't know if you can make this out, but the property jogs in here and makes a right angle here and goes straight up there. Now the pad is over there, but this goes right straight out to the road that we cut back in on the corner. Bill is headed down here to the property line. So we'll walk down. This is what used to be juniper, or was going to be juniper. But you can see how big our property really is here. And this is more pines and oaks that need to be cleaned out. He was here for 3 days, about 3.5 days with an excavator. And I guess there was another house here. You can see the marker down there. There was another house here. This is a road that went into the other house. And I'll show you where the other house is. He already crunched it down. Sorry if I'm breathing so hard. It's that fresh air. But here's our marker, which runs right on. I don't know if you can see this berry bush here, but that shows me that there's water right there. There's probably some berries, but he pushed out the stake. There is the stake, and it runs to this way. Bill's already walking the property here. We're going to go to the furthest most point. We have some more brushing down here to do. There's a creek down here, and I guess the creek is on the other side. It's their property line and our property line, but there was looks like about a 1,200 gallon water tank down here, and I guess they pushed it down into the creek. But you can see down here, let me see if I can get this picture down in here. That's an oak tree that has fallen down in the creek. And I'm not entirely sure there wasn't some septic down here. But see, there's some lily pads. You see the oak tree. And some pipe. He was down here at 3 o'clock in the morning with the machine. Looked a little scary to me. I was afraid he was going right down in, but he says, "Don't you worry about it. I can find my way down in here." But there's the water. And I'm sure that was sitting up here on the hill somewhere. But you can see there's a little stream of water down here. And it's running. He suggested damming this up and making a little creek, a little pond on my property at the farthernmost point. But you can see the water's running. I looked in there, there's nothing in there. There's some elephant ears though. Might have to come down and get some of them, but up there is the road that we came down in on. And this is our property line right down through here. You can see the creek goes down through. Here's part of the shed that was out here. I told him don't bury anything that isn't non-organic. I want it to go back to the ground. So some of the pipes and stuff will have to get dug out. See, there's some pipes down there. We'll bring them out and clean it up. But I wanted anything that was organic to be able to go back in the ground. The shed pretty much was a pretty good sized carport, but there it is. There's all the metal. But he had that tractor right to the edge of this hill. And it snakes right the way around. And then you see the orange right here. This is the back corner of our property. Here's the back corner of the farthest point out on our 3 acres. There's 3 parcels on the back and 2 on the front, but it's here. And it goes back up this way, which we'll start walking this now. Bill's over here in the pile of crap. We think this was a original homestead from when the property was probably first cut by the original owner more than 30, 40 years ago. 30 or 40 years ago, maybe more than that. But you can see there's some stuff here that has to be. He said that he can take care of it with a big excavator he's got. But I'm guessing there was a leach field down here too somewhere. But this was all the shed that was sitting here. There's a road that I showed you, and the road is kind of snakes right through there. A piece of extension cord, but there's quite a bit of oak and pine here that needs to be cut out. We've only been here for a little over 2 weeks, and this is just 3 days of work that he did out here. So let's go down here and get this cone. Some interesting glass out here. Never seen a bottle like that before. So we'll go right up the property line here. Where'd it go? This way. I think he's got there should be some orange cones, orange tape on the trees, tied around the trees. Little saplings of oaks, it looks like. Bill loves this property, don't you, Bill? But we've only been out here for 2 weeks. And I think this tree line with these oaks on it right through here is the property line as I recall. Let me see here. Just got a little marker on it right here. No. But here's another one of those pines that they can take out. And it's interesting because they can knock that down, straight down, and drag it out of here without much problem, so I'm told. As far as animals, we haven't seen much critters. We've seen some scorpions and a couple snakes. And here we are back at the house again. Let's see if I can see a marker here. Pretty sure this tree line right here is another pine. You can see how tall this pine is. They get, one person told me that pine is at $60 a ton right now, and another person told me that it's only 12. So you kind of got to shop around for the people that are buying the pine. They call it veneer, pine veneer, but that tree is the part of the back property line. Okay, Tina wants to show me something. I'm gonna walk over here. But when I'm all done, they say you're allowed to go 20, 30 feet beyond your property line. I'll clean beyond. I'm sure they'll be okay with that. I need a machine to get down in here to get it. And you can't go beyond that property line there because it's just not passable yet. Come here, Bill. Okay, so we're back here on the back end of the middle 5-acre parcel. Come on, bud. You gonna show me something over there? Yeah. What's his name? Javier had his horse down the road here. He must have been talking to, what's her name, Michelle?
Oh yeah? Is Javier over here?
He was back here on the road.
Is he looking for his horse?
No, he was on his horse. Come here, Bill. Oh, you're right here. What are you gonna show me?
Well, you just gotta look. It looks like horse or cow.
Coming through the property?
I think whatever it was, Bill chased it off. And
So this is the underside of the back deck.
almost looks like horse.
Now I'm gonna, yeah, it could be.
Almost looks like horse.
But at 3 o'clock in the morning? Well, maybe it was him.
But these are close together. Like
Yeah,
the mine has stopped for a second.
Yeah, those look like horse tracks.
And then it started running, so maybe when he was barking. See how close these are together?
Yeah.
Like it stopped and just stood there for a minute, but I don't think their feet stand that close.
You can see it goes right the way down.
And as it starts running, they get farther apart. Almost looks like a person's shoe there, but that person's on heavy metal, it's not that one. Are you taping this?
Yes. Goes right down through the woods.
At first it's a bear, and like, these look like horse or cow.
So here's a critter. So we got some work out here with the machine. Some sort of a big critter. Come here, Lassie. Lassie. Yeah, I think
No.
right there.
Oh yeah. That's our property line?
Yep, the back marker.
That's 50 feet. That's
So it goes, I'm at a right angle to the back of the property.
I'm starting right here.
Why don't you start up but there, where I might find the clean out.
Start where?
Up there.
Tell me where, because I've already got the extension hooked up. You can help me. You don't have only so much extension.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said you could take it through the house.
Who said take it through the house?
I said take it through the house. Okay, you can start wherever you want, but...
Where do you want it, over there?
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go back up here and I'll show you where the clean out is. And we'll start and find out where the water lines are. Come on, Bill. We pulled off some of this. So see, here's some of the sewer line. There, it goes into the house. There's a clean out here. And it goes underneath the house there. Well, we're going to go up here. I'll show you what we found way up on the property. We think this... What?
There's probably been so much dirt runoff that the lid could be covered.
That's true. So we think that that down there was the original house, and that person, apparently that house fell down because when we went down there the first time, the roof was on the ground for the house. The shed was still standing. I had him go ahead and take the shed down. And this fence went all the way around. I've been slowly pulling pieces out and stacking them there. But little by little, they had piles of crap everywhere here. So a little slow moving, and it's a little overwhelming. But here is our clean out. So I'll set the camera up here. See, there's some of the wire that was on the back deck. The back deck was all enclosed from the previous owner, that one that I walked out. I'll show you that later. That's part of the wire from the house. These are the windows from the house that was here. But let me set this up. See, there's some power poles right there. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I've got my dowsing rods. So you take your dowsing rods like this and you hold them loosely in your hand, and when they start to cross, you'll know that you found water. So we're going to take this here like so. And we know that there's a pipe here because I ran water through it yesterday, and you can see that it runs just like that. See, you can't probably see, but they separated already. So I think the line goes straight down through there to the septic system. See there? See how the rods are pointing? So we're going to take our rods and kind of just chase it all the way down. Bill? Bill? Come on, buddy. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to turn this off for just a minute so I can kind of get a feel for where I'm going to need to dig as I go. Maybe I'll put some markers here. Well, I can do that later. I'm just going to film this right now. So let me set this camera down here. I probably should have the bigger tripod out here so I can stand it up and just move it as I go, but you can see up there is where I was. Let me just set this camera over here. I'm going to set it in this pile of stuff here. I'm sure you won't be able to hear me very well, but So, you know it runs. These pines are kind of grow fast, so we know that it goes from there. Snakes, I'm thinking right down through here. Get the spider webs off, so I have my things here to take the spider webs off as you go around, because they are everywhere, and you gotta watch out for the brown recluse. I'm seeing a little indentation here. I'm thinking this might be right where it was. This might be right where they snaked the pipe around. So let's just get the we'll set this down, Bill the dog. Okay. Oh, that was where he brought his machine out. I see what that is. Can you see his tractor? Right? He brought his tractor out. But pretty sure that we're going to run into it here. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but it's showing going right up the hill, and it snakes. Grab the camera, and it goes right. I was standing here, and it goes right up from there, and it comes down right through here to where Teana is standing. So we'll walk a little further down. What I'm looking for is the leach field or the septic clean out, because we think that the tank has never been pumped out. So I'm going to set this down again. We'll set it right here. I hope you can see me. I'm pretty sure you can. But hold our rods here. And it's showing that it's right here. So we'll keep going. There should be a T here somewhere. I'm going to set this camera up on the deck. Should be right in here somewhere. So we'll set the camera right up here.
I need to be going more north? More that way?
Well, I found it coming down the hill pretty good.
You found what?
The main line, see it, you can see it goes right up the hill there.
Oh, that line. Okay.
And I can see it goes right to that tree. I'm wondering if that might have been just something else and that the septic is somewhere else. I would have thought it tied in though. Okay.
Where you want me to go?
Right straight up through here, I guess. You know, I don't know, about right here. I'm going to turn this camera off because Tina's weed whacking and you won't be able to hear anyway.
You got a cut in it.